Good morning. The ceremony will begin shortly. Please take a moment to silence all electronic devices. As a general reminder, all personnel participating in the ceremony should exercise caution to ensure that wings will not be pinned in an aggressive manner that would cause any injury to the soldiers. All pinning ceremonies must be conducted with the utmost respect for the dignity and physical well-being of the graduates. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 210th Aviation Regiment, 128th Aviation Brigade, Captain Cody A. Dangler. At this time, we would like to recognize all veterans in attendance and watching online. Thank you for your selfless service and sacrifice in the defense of our great nation. Distinguished guests, family members, and friends, on behalf of the 128th Aviation Brigade Command Team, welcome to today's graduation ceremony for 15 Romeo AH-64 Attack Helicopter Repair Class 030-25. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by Chaplain Coltrane and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Good morning to you all. I invite you to pray in your faith tradition as I pray in mine. Let us pray. Lord, on this day, I pray your blessings on the leadership, the trainers, drill sergeants, the cadre, the graduates, and their families. I pray that their dedicated efforts increase the readiness and capabilities of our ranks. As the newest members of the aviation family receive their wings today, may these soldiers stay motivated and inspired as they support and defend our country and freedom. As always, I ask you to keep us and help us to complete our mission with excellence. In your holy name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Army aviation maintenance training began at Fort Eustis, Virginia in 1954. Since its beginning, Fort Eustis has continued a legacy of maintenance training excellence, training active duty, National Guard, and Army Reserve soldiers, along with Air Force personnel and international partners, with a lineage that dates back to Operation Just Cause in Panama. The Army redesignated the United States Army Aviation Logistics School as the 128th Aviation Brigade on February 1, 2012. Today, the 128th Aviation Brigade trains over 5,500 soldiers annually in every Army aviation helicopter specialty. A 15 Romeo AH-64 attack helicopter repair is primarily responsible for the maintenance of the Apache helicopters. Their duties include removing, servicing, and installing aircraft subsystem assemblies, preparing aircraft for inspections and maintenance checks, performing scheduled inspections, diagnosing troubleshooting faults for all aircraft components, inspecting and repairing body, fuselage, and landing gear, while maintaining historical maintenance records and other components required to keep the aircraft on a mission-ready status. The guest speaker for today's ceremony is Mr. Grover Pope. He has served as an AH-64 Echo maintainer instructor with 27 years of dedicated experience in military aviation. He joined the Army in 1994, where he began as a 63 Sierra wheeled vehicle mechanic. He reclassed to a 15 uniform CH-47 helicopter repairer in 1998. His previous duty positions include flight engineer, flight company maintenance NCO, maintenance platoon sergeant, AIT instructor, and NCOES instructor. He has retired as a sergeant first class in 2015. Please refer to Mr. Pope's biography in your program to learn more about his selfless service to our great nation. Please join us in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Pope.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for that wonderful introduction. Distinguished guests, graduates, and most importantly, family, thank you for giving me the honor of speaking here today. Today is special. You've had many firsts since you joined the Army, from your first day at MEPS, standing in line for what seemed like forever, to your first day at basic training when you stepped off a bus and were warmly welcomed by your first drill sergeant, to your first day in AIT where you finally got to lay hands on AH-64, to this day. Make no mistake, soldier, this may be yet another first in a long line of firsts, but this one is truly special. Today's the first day of your career. Gone are the training aides. Gone are the instructors and drill sergeants. Gone is the constant supervision you've grown so accustomed to over the course of the past year. You're now expected and, more importantly, ready to accomplish any and every task given you in the service of this nation. Understand in a few short moments you go from being a soldier in training to joining a brotherhood and sisterhood that few Americans have had the courage, discipline, or motivation to even understand, let alone become a part of. Don't let the gravity of this moment slip away from you. About 8 months ago, longer for you, Rosario, you answered the call to defend the greatest nation on earth, to serve in the greatest military on earth. And after all the hardship, the dirt, tears, blood, and so much more, you have become a part of the greatest group of aviators the world has ever seen. You went from being responsible for yourself to being responsible for every single human being that climbs into any aircraft you touch. Understand that what you do matters, not only to whoever flies in your aircraft, but the families that each of them have at home. Your actions affect so many people that it's literally impossible to know just how many there really are. If that sounds daunting or intimidating, or feels like more responsibility you've ever had before, probably because it's true. Rise up, meet the challenge. Get out there and make the challenges you've been through to get here worth it. Understand it is your duty to continue learning and hone the skills you've learned here. And one day, a day that's coming sooner than you think, to train the next bunch of aviation mechanics, whether out in the operation environment or here in trade op. Each and every one of you will come across a soldier who needs your help. Whether you ask for it or they have too much pride to say anything, it doesn't matter. Don't let them down. Class 03-25, which I've had the pleasure of watching grow and develop into aviation mechanics that I would feel comfortable flying with or serving with anywhere in the world. I want you to know that even there were times you wanted to murder each other, and possibly the multiple instructors and NCOs you had interacted with, you will always remember these soldiers you spent time with. This class has also taught this old man some things as well, in spite of the many pointless questions and about everything. The positivity of this class was noticeable, even though they took forever to finish tasks. They taught me new phrases and terms that I'll forever never completely understand. But more importantly, watching these soldiers grow and become the professionals that the Army truly needs. It's my wish that you could look back and remember fondly your time here, and yes, even your time in the Triple Deuce. And after this day, when you're out on your own in the real Army, you'll find a distinct lack of people telling you what to do with your free time. No one will be telling you when to go to sleep, when to wake up on the weekend, what to eat, where to go. You have to make those decisions for yourself. I implore you to make the best decisions that you can. Prioritize improving not only yourself, but the lives of those around you. Remember, you can learn from leaders, both good and bad. Also remember that failure can be a good thing, as long as you learn from it and keep pushing. Never forget, you answered the call and made the decision that you have or ever will ever have the courage to and commitment that it takes to serve something greater than yourself. Thank you for being American soldiers. Love the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that we will now present diplomas to the graduates. Please feel free to move around and take photos throughout the presentation. The distinguished graduate is that soldier who received the highest marks throughout the course. These graduates are selected on academic standing, leadership, physical fitness, and discipline. The distinguished graduate will receive a certificate of achievement from the 128th Aviation Brigade and a brigade coin. The distinguished graduate for 15 Romeo AH-64 Attack Helicopter Repair Class 030 is PFC Braden Eddy. PFC Eddy is from Pleasant View, Tennessee, and will be assigned to the 101st Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The honor graduate is that soldier who is the second highest graduate of their class. They will receive a certificate of achievement from the 128th Aviation Brigade. The honor graduate for 15 Romeo AH-64 Attack Helicopter Repair Class 030 is PV2 Harriet Wairimu. PV2 Wairimu is from Kent, Washington, and will be assigned to the 10th Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Drum, New York. Specialist Giovanni Rosario. Specialist Rosario is from Panama City, Florida, and will be assigned to the 82nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. PFC Jordan Bodner. VFC Bodner is from Anger, North Carolina, and will be assigned to the 449th Combat Aviation Brigade, North Carolina National Guard. VFC Nathan Schramm. VFC Schramm is from Keller, Texas, and will be assigned to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Camp Humphreys, South Korea. BV2 Antonio Concepcion. BV2 Concepcion is from Elgin, Illinois, and will be assigned to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you the newest members of the Army Aviation family. We now turn to a special part of our ceremony. The distinguished graduate will present a token of appreciation to Mr. Pope. This symbolizes our sincere gratitude for his presence and the wisdom that he has imparted. His words today have not only enlightened us, but have also added a meaningful dimension to this important milestone in our graduates' journey. The team of non-commissioned officers and civilian instructors who trained and mentored the graduates are assigned to the 1st Battalion, 222nd Aviation Regiment and the 1st Battalion, 210th Aviation Regiment. Together, this outstanding team instructed your soldiers in discipline, physical fitness, warrior tasks and battle drills, and fundamental aviation maintenance practices. They led and mentored America's sons and daughters so that one day they too may become a non-commissioned officer. The drill sergeant and instructor for today's graduating class are Drill Sergeant Bernier and Staff Sergeant Cheney. Please join us in giving a round of applause to this outstanding drill sergeant and instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the Aviation song and the Army song. High above the best, high above the best, we are Army Aviation, USA, proud and strong, we meet the test. Skies filled with thunder, wearing silver wings upon our chests. We meet the needs of ground command as we aid the nation's quest. Army Aviation, flying high above the best. March along, sing a song, we're the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. For the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. We ask that all soldiers in uniform remain standing and join us in reciting the Aviation Mechanics Creed and the Soldier's Creed. Families and friends, please be seated. Aviation Mechanics Creed. Upon my honor, I swear that I shall hold a sacred trust the rights and privileges conferred upon me as a graduate mechanic, knowing full well that the safety and lives of others are dependent upon my skill and judgment. I shall never knowingly subject others to risk which I will not be willing to assume for myself or those dear to me. Above the best. Soldier's Creed. I'm an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. I will always place mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. I'm disciplined, physically and mentally tough, trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself. I'm an expert and I'm a professional. I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat. I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am an American soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's graduation ceremony. Please come forward to congratulate your soldiers and take photographs. Thank you for attending. Above the best, born under fire.